Burger, we take the burger game to the next level, like the Freshman 15, stacked with panko fried mozzarella. Unleash your appetite.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, a big welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, and I really hope you got outside today because it was a picture-perfect forecast. It continues to do so heading into those overnight hours. We're just adding some chilly conditions. I mean, dare I say chilly? I guess we're not in the chilly months just yet. Cool conditions. How about that? Well, that's one of the big headlines here in the Room to Room Weather Center, but we're tracking a multitude of things. The first of those being, of course, the cool start to our Tuesday. Just how low are we talking and how long do these cool conditions stick around for? Because things are warming up. I mean, gradually warming up, both high and low temperatures over the next several days. So buckle up. It's going to be a roller coaster that you're just heading up on before we see that big drop into early next week. But we also are tracking Saturday's severe weather threat, or will it be Saturday? That's the golden question, is the timing on this system when that front moves through. Could be an overnight threat. Again, a lot of questions still as we head further into this forecast, but I mean, it's still several days out, so we can kind of get our buffer on a lot of this information. Of course, we'll track that for you every step of the way, both morning and night here at Mississippi Live Weather. So the first 12, no severe weather possible. There we go. That's the bingo to all of this, but it might turn off. Wakey, wakey. And same to you at home. Stay awake for us just a little bit. I promise I won't be long. 11 p.m., 61 degrees, 58 there by 2. And there's the temperature, 55 degrees heading out the door tomorrow morning. Big driver in that forecast. Look at these winds north, out of the north, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Those becoming a bit more breezy as the day goes on. Golly, 10 o'clock is filled with tongue twisters so far. But plenty of sunshine as well, and that's what we'll be experiencing into the early morning hours of our Tuesday. Greenville right now, beautiful night sky with those stars shining up there. And of course, 72 degrees, not too shabby either, with dew points around 55 degrees. So when we say dry, we mean dry. Not just in Greenwood, but also there towards Panola County. I mean, my word, you guys are cooling off drastically. 61 degrees, dew point around 57. Dew point kind of blocking how much we cool off, kind of acting as that barrier that we can't go past. So, of course, 57 degrees, kind of setting the blockade, but that, of course, could drop. Probably expecting mid-50s there in Panola County and for folks around the Batesville area. Saltillo, as you see, roads are quiet. I see a couple cars out there on 22, but nonetheless, what am I saying? 22, 45, and I live up there. Not doing justice right now. I apologize to my Saltillians. 61 degrees, dew point 54, and just dry, beautiful conditions for anything you guys want to be doing at 10 o'clock on a Monday. Usually it's sleep for me, but to each their own. Mississippi Live Weather Radar still showcases those dry conditions with clear air mode as of right now. That'll continue to linger in our forecast overnight and well into our Tuesday. So looking at the past 24-hour rainfall totals, nothing here in North Mississippi, but we do see a few totals out there towards Enid, Oklahoma, and same thing around Bartlesville and Tulsa getting a little bit as well. Nothing too significant, but I know a lot of folks wouldn't be complaining if we had that here in North Mississippi. Just not the case, not the pattern we're in. And so we're going to continue to enjoy those dry conditions all evening, all overnight, and all next several days. It's just not freeing us from those dry, arid conditions. So as we expand things out, we talk about this front that's basically receding, acted as a pump fake to us, showing off in the distance and not giving us any glory here in North Mississippi. So that will continue to stay north, and we'll get a little bit of those disturbances there, Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska, but none of that impacting our area. We're actually looking at all these systems that are moving there through the California area. As those trend a little bit more east, that's when it will be getting those impacts here in North Mississippi. Again, development on the southern end of these low pressure centers, but it's got a long way to go and a long life cycle before it's impacting us here in North Mississippi. So yes, dry conditions, that's a big driver in our forecast. But as we expand things in, you can kind of get a visual on just how dry we're talking. I'm going to do the entire southeast because this is a great visual on who's getting the moisture and who is not, which more than likely, a lot of us are in the not. So 3 a.m. on your Tuesday, you can see dry conditions still all around the southeast with a few clouds popping up in southwest Mississippi, northwest Arkansas. 6 a.m. still remaining that same pattern. So aside from a few clouds over there towards Oklahoma and Arkansas, that's really it in regards to what we're seeing in the sky. So not only in North Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Louisiana, Arkansas, yeah, I mean, everywhere going to be enjoying those sunny forecasts for the start of our Tuesday. So get out there and enjoy it. I know it'll be a cooler morning commute, but at least it will be a beautiful morning commute. So Take your benefits, take your blessings where you can. Temperature-wise, 55 degrees around 6, 63 by 9, and 79 towards noon. We do top out in the low to mid 80s there by mid-afternoon, but I said breezy conditions. That might even be an understatement. I would say gusty there towards the afternoon. 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the morning hours, and then into the afternoon. You can see 10 to 15. So, whoo! Going to be breezy. But one of the things that we were tracking today was those warm conditions, and I got to enjoy that being out there in Fair Park this afternoon, getting to enjoy Piaminco Day, hearing a little bit more about it. I'm from Birmingham, and so I had to be educated on the history, but just absolutely fascinated with such a legend here in the local area. The fact that he was from Tupelo, just incredible to be a part of. And if you missed it today, well, there will be next year, but that's 365 days from now. You really missed out on a great event. But if you did miss out, hopefully this will kind of allow you to live through it. So take a look at what we saw at Piaminco Day. Fair Park was overflowing with fun Monday afternoon. Folks gathered from around the country to explore more about the Chickasaw Nation and learn about one of their local legends.
We're in town from North Carolina, and we are Chickasaw, and so we took advantage of the Piaminco Day celebration to just come by and hang out.
I passed by and I saw the Indians out here, and I was like, I want to learn about that.
The city of Tupelo taking Monday to honor Piaminco.
Since 2008, the Chickasaw Nation has celebrated the second Tuesday in October as Piaminco Day. And since 2012, the city of Tupelo has been gracious enough, and we are extremely grateful, that they have provided a proclamation stating that today is Piaminco Day here in the city of Tupelo.
The Chickasaw leader was born around 1750 in what would soon become Tupelo, Mississippi. His life contains several accolades, including being a diplomat to protect the Chickasaw people and being friends with President George Washington. But his biggest accolade was peace.
He signed the Treaty of Hopewell with the American government, which was really one of the first agreements between Chickasaw Nation and the United States, which defined the boundaries of a Chickasaw Nation. It acknowledged the Chickasaw Nation as a sovereign, and it also proclaimed friendship between the American government and Chickasaw Nation.
The park became an immersive Chickasaw experience filled with native weapons, pinch pots, language, and so much more.
That bow and arrow one where you shoot it.
Why is that?
Because it shows the red and it's Hama, so whenever I shoot it, I think they would tell me the thing.
I like the darts. That was cool.
The thing that drives.
The pinch pot that you made over there, that was your favorite thing?
It's always the dancers. I love the dancers.
It was an educational experience to learn more about the Chickasaw Nation and how a Tupelo man left a lasting impact on this country.
I never knew this in school, and I am so excited. I didn't know, and I've learned so much.
Yeah, this is awesome, and we've even gotten education that I hadn't learned before, and so they're really doing awesome stuff with cultural restoration and just learning more and more about who we were and all the things to carry forward.
I'm really proud. I like getting to learn about them, not just being, hey, yeah, it's Piaminco. Like, I actually get to learn something about them and experience what they did.
To honor the fearless leader, they laid a wreath in front of the Piaminco statue to remember just what he did for the Chickasaw Nation.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Well, like we've been saying, a beautiful night across North Mississippi, and there's not a single location excluded from that. I mean, whether you were in Saltillo, like we saw earlier, Greenwood, Starkville, I mean, just a beautiful evening. I know our meteorologist, Caleb Edelblut, he didn't know I was going to give him a shout out, but I'll give him a shout out. Playing on the south side of town there in some intramural flag football, and rumor has it his team got the W, and so hopefully our Bulldogs can follow suit and honestly recruit Caleb to the team at this point, because I wouldn't mind a win. And it seems like that boy is a winner. 61 degrees right now, so he and his team enjoying some cooler conditions, but that's the case for all of us here in North Mississippi. Conditions continue to get calmer, cooler, however you want to call it, but it's just going to be a great forecast at that. Mississippi Live Weather Radar keeping our forecast dry, like we mentioned, and not just dry, but clear as can be. There is not a cloud in that sky. It's going to be beautiful conditions, and we saw that starry night earlier. Yes, if you walk out the door right now, as long as you don't live in the city, then you'll be able to see that starry night for yourself. Day planner, 60 degrees there for 12, and as we head into those overnight hours and the start of our Tuesday morning, 55 degrees. So each day coming and going, and we're enjoying that week progressing on by. Hey, weekend, you are on our horizon, and we are ready for you. So Tuesday, let's go ahead and get into that forecast. Of course, Tuesday morning going to be starting with those dry and clear conditions. Looking at temperatures, though, a cool start for sure. So it's basically like, remember the C's: calm, clear, and cool. That's your 3 C's, and that's your forecast for your Tuesday. Low temperatures, 55 there in Tupelo, 55 Holly Springs, and 54 Water Valley. We jump down south, 59 in Greenville, but you might notice no 60s here in North Mississippi. That is a great sight to see, and the fall just continues to dominate our area. I am not complaining one bit. Definitely been waiting on fall, and I already busted out the sweatshirts earlier on, I think like 3 weeks ago, and I've been staring at them in my closet longingly. Now we're starting to wear them each morning as I walk my wife out the door. So it's a great time, and getting to put those to use as they've been collecting dust the past 6-7 months, something like that. So your school day forecast, let's jump back into the forecast. Sorry about that. 54 degrees at drop-off, 75 lunch, and 82 by that final bell. So as we wrap up the school day, another beautiful day to take advantage of and get outside. So students, make sure to have plans at the park, or if you have any, soccer games or baseball games, anything like that. I'm so out of the loop right now that I don't know what sports are happening at this moment. I know there's soccer. I don't know what else. So let me know in the comments just what you've got plans for on your Tuesday evening, and I'll give you the forecast for it. So Tuesday morning, again, those dry conditions, northerly winds cycling into the area, and that's going to keep that continental air, which is drier and cooler. So that's going to be the case for the start of our Tuesday and even into our Tuesday afternoon. But those winds, they get gusty there towards the afternoon. We could be talking 10 to 15 miles an hour. So yeah, prepare accordingly. But at least that'll be something nice to enjoy with those temperatures getting above average. I mean, as we get into the peak heating of the afternoon, dry as can be. So that sunshine just going to be warming up our atmosphere, and we're going to be soaking up every bit of that sunshine there for your Tuesday evening plans. Temperature-wise, again, as I mentioned, a little bit warmer, 84 in Houston, 83 Tupelo, and 80 around Red Bay. Just 80 showing up across the board here in North Mississippi. Not typical this time of year. We need to be cooling off, and so hopefully it can be cooling off. I know the forecast, so that's why I kind of paused there, because it's not. Maybe beyond that, though, and there's hope. Tuesday evening, we stay on the drier side once again, and overnight into the start of our Wednesday, you can see that the copy and paste forecast continues. I think someone said rinse and repeat. Yeah, that's this forecast, and fortunately, it's with a good forecast with those dry and clear conditions. So Wednesday morning, going to be cool, yes, but at least going to be dry for those morning commutes. Again, another beautiful sunrise on the horizon. Please submit your Weather Watcher pictures. I know there's not much going on in the sky, but those sunrise/sunsets, I mean, it is absolutely stunning across the region. And if you can't get out there to see it, turn on our stream, our 24/7 stream at the top of that around 6 to 6:30, and you'll be able to see that stream for yourself going through all of the North Mississippi Storm Chaser cameras, and that has looks at all the horizons across North Mississippi. I mean, it is a stunning sight, and you'll just be in awe the entire time. Wednesday at noon, still those dry conditions, so lunch plans, take those outside, and Wednesday afternoon remains on the drier side, so this is going to be another enjoyable forecast. We just keep enjoying those beautiful forecasts, and we run out of words to describe it, because, I mean, there's only so many things that you can say just, that's good. It's good. It's a good forecast, I promise. So high temperatures there for your Wednesdays, gradually warming up. That's what I mean by gradual warm. We're not talking about a significant change, but 1 or 2 degrees each day, with 84 in Amory, 85 Houston, and 85 there towards Water Valley. I do see 83 out there towards Tunica. And I mention you, Tunica, because you are the focal point along with Clarksdale, Cleveland, Senatobia, South Haven, and Holly Springs for Saturday's severe weather threat. Now, the latest risk outlook has not come out just yet, but we do expect that to be released overnight and into the start of our Tuesday. Meteorologist Maggie McCauley will have the latest on that outlook, how it's been changed, if it's been changed, some of those parameters kind of dialing back just a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was adjusted a little bit more towards the west, but we're going to be paying attention to that as each model run comes in, because I mean we're still 5 days out. So this is a forecast that we always say can and will change. This is a forecast that will change heading into the next couple of days. Now, as we look at the regional look, you can see that the bullseye is Arkansas. Every county in Arkansas encompassed with that slight risk, but here in North Mississippi, primarily west of I-55, and even then a few counties excluded from that, as it does have that northeast to southwest tilt to it. So paying attention to that, this could change and move a little bit more towards the east. I mean, that's something that's a realistic possibility, but with 5 days out, there is a lot of room for movement. So definitely going to be paying attention to that, and so will the Storm Prediction Center there in Norman, Oklahoma. Now, the gradual warming trend does continue into Thursday as well, with mid-60s back in the forecast for both Thursday and Friday. But low temperatures you can see gradually changing, with mid-50s Tuesday and Wednesday and upper 50s by Friday. Now, when that low really changes, look at what changes in the sky. Partly cloudy skies move back into the forecast. That's going to be something we pay attention to, is that moisture, that dew point, and just how much that starts to increase into our Saturday outlook, because that will be a big driver into what exactly we get with those severe weather threats. So heading into the next couple of days, what are ways we can do to be prepared? Well, of course, tune into Mississippi Live Weather both morning and night, as meteorologist Maggie McCauley, as well as myself, we kind of walk through this forecast in a bit more detail and let you guys know what exactly is happening out of the SPC, but also our personal thoughts on this risk area. And it's definitely one that has a lot of questions still over the next couple of days, because there's just not alignment from these models. And that's usually a good thing, because when they continue to be the same over and over and over again, it usually means that that forecast is being verified more and more. So we're going to continue to pay attention to that. And once those start to get lined up a bit more, our confidence will increase in regards to what we will or possibly will not see. So that's why you guys need to stay tuned over the next several days. I know it's a dry and calm forecast overall, but Saturday, enough to pay attention to in that extended forecast, especially if you are west of I-55. But someone who's further west of I-55, talking about the land down under, is down in Australia right now. Our Chief Meteorologist Matt Lobhon walking us through the wonders of Australia. It's been a great series so far, and it's just episode 1. We got several more of this to come, and he is excited to show us the wonders of Australia. Let's go ahead and get into it and hear what he has to say so far about that travel.
Hey there, Chief Meteorologist Matt Lobhon here. We are in San Francisco, about to head, believe it or not, into the future as we looked across the international date line on our first big day here of travel. It's going to be a very long one. Of course, already actually has been a long one. Departed the Tupelo area early in the morning, and now our next flight takes off at 11 p.m. here in the Pacific Coast, before we have a 16-hour flight over the Pacific Ocean all the way to the land down under as part of our Wonders of Australia tour here with Holiday Vacations. I do want to thank MLM for sponsoring this trip for us. They've dressed me for a very, very long time, and we just are excited to be partnering with them as part of Mississippi Live Weather. But today's just kind of kicking things off for this incredible, for me, once-in-a-lifetime trip. Not looking forward to the big, long flight, but there are just so many things, such as going to the Great Barrier Reef, as well as, we're going to do helicopter rides. We're going to potentially do zip lining, lots of great food, see a rainforest. So many cool things that are going to be part of this trip, and we hope that you'll enjoy going along with us on the ride here. But from San Francisco now, about to board the longest flight of my life, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lobhon for Mississippi Live Weather.
So as we bring things back here to the Room to Room Weather Center, again, Matt, thank you, and thank you to MLM for sponsoring his trip and just being a part of this journey with us. This is a fun adventure for him, and just glad that we can be a part of it and provide that to you guys here in North Mississippi. I don't know about you, but I've never been to Australia. Don't really have plans in the near future with a baby coming along to be going to Australia, but hey, That's how we can be a part of it. So that's one of the many things we're doing here. As you saw, we will have we'll broadcast that Piamico Day celebration coming up tomorrow morning. So if you did miss that, we will have it on our socials as well as tomorrow morning during the broadcast. So make sure to tune in. And also, Maggie will be having the latest on that severe weather threat, and we'll be tracking that all week long as we get closer to that Saturday threat. So we talk about layers of protection. Well, Mississippi Live Weather app needs to be number one in that layer of protection. As you can see, iOS and Android right here. Scan that QR code on your screen to download that app today, and it'll keep you at least somewhat safe moving forward. And make sure to have those layers, like we mentioned, ways to wake you up and ways to get you to your safe spot. And we talked about severe weather preparedness last week. Missed out if you missed it, but at least it provided a lot of folks with some necessary information, and we'll again have some reminders of that over the next 7 days to keep you guys safe come this weekend. Now, it remains to be seen what will happen this weekend, but we'll keep eyes on it for sure. And we will have those updates coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6:37 and 7:30. Like I mentioned, what to expect for your Tuesday and what to expect beyond your Tuesday, because Tuesday looks pretty fantastic. But also coming up Tuesday evening at 5, 6, and 10, we'll have the latest outlook on that severe weather risk and the latest on timing and impacts. So all of that coming up on Mississippi Live Weather for your Tuesday. Until then, have a great night. Take a step outside and enjoy that beautiful air. And of course, we will see you bright and early for the start of your Tuesday.
You may see a teen struggling to find his way. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we see a teen gaining the confidence and skills to land his first job. Kids today need people to see their potential and help them achieve it. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we do whatever it takes to help kids succeed. Because when we see young people, we see limitless possibilities. Do you? Join us, Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures.
Well, it's another beautiful night across North Mississippi.